To unlock the ability to respec your characters, and I say plural because you can do this with any character that is currently a part of your party and is at your camp, you're going to need to come to the overgrown ruins themselves. Now, I suppose deceptively, if you come to the actual waypoint, it's going to put you out the front, and it's not exactly easy to get through this way. Even if you could pick the lock, there's loads of traps in here, and you kind of want to get past them. You're going to want to come to this northern area, so you could fast travel to the roadside cliffs. That's going to work. Come on over to the east, or if you come in from the Emerald Glaive, come down to the side. Glaive? I meant to say Grove. This is obviously where you get Laver back, the Githyanki lady. Come on through, and obviously in the central area here, you're going to have a group of like bandits or adventurers, whatever you want to call them, that are kind of like picking through this area. You don't actually need to interact with them all that much. Just kind of get through the basic interactions, and you can then enter this area however you like. There are a few different ways. You can go and knock on the door, and then you can like perform as if you're some other NPC, get open through that way. Or you could hit the lodestone that is above this hole that I'm currently looking at right now. If you look above, you'll see there's a crane, and you can attack this item. It's going to make a hole in the ground. This is like the fail-safe option, in my opinion, if you can't succeed at any of the others, because there's no check for getting down here. But you will have to fight 4 or 5 characters in a rather tight space, so I don't really recommend that one. Now, the quickest way, if you have Asterion already in your party and you have some thieves tools, is to actually come out the back way here, where we can make our way to the trapdoor you can see on the back side here. So if you just kind of pass on through, click down there and let the party come on over, then have Asterion unlock the trapdoor for you. Head on inside, and we're going to be in a little cave. You can see right here. Pass on through. You'll notice there are little scribes all over the place. There's loot in here that you can find, but obviously we're going to stay pretty direct. You want to come over to the northwestern corner, up this little set of stairs, and you should already be able to see on my screen here, there's a little button. You're going to want to interact with this little button. Now, before you do that, what I recommend is sorting your party out. So you're going to want to, in my opinion anyway, ungroup, and anybody that you want to be fighting in close combat, place them close to where the actual scribes are on the ground. Just like place right next to it, because they're going to stand up once we interact with this button, right? So if you want somebody in combat, such as Lazel here, get her right over there. I like having Shadowheart over there as well. So kind of pair them over, get them ready to fight. Have, well, Asterion down at the bottom, or even better, up on the balcony, because there's going to be one that stands up in between all of the sarcophagus up here, and he can start shooting straight away. And then you can have whoever you want come and interact with the switch, and that is going to start up the encounter. Fight your way through the encounter. It's not terribly difficult, but they will like to throw out silencing bubbles, so just be aware of that. Once it's all finished, all you'll need to do is then head on into the room. There's a chest in the corner. You're going to want to pick up the amulet in here, which allows you to speak to the dead. And then we can interact with the sarcophagus, which is going to allow us to speak to Wither. I'm not sure if the answer that you give him affects anything at all. It tells you that it doesn't. I chose the depends on the mortal option, just in case you guys want to know what works for me. And once that's done, it's as simple as, or at least for me, I left the ruin first. So just in case that's important, I'm going to say that's what I did. And once that is done, you can head on to your camp, where in this instance anyway, you'll find Wither over by the river. Obviously, depending on where you set up camp, sometimes this changes. If you actually do this within a dungeon, I don't think he appears. And then when it comes to respecking, all you need to do is pick the character that you want to respec. So let's say I want to turn Shadowheart here into a paladin. I'll take her over to Withers like so. Take a look at what kind of services can a skeleton offer. And he can do things like revive characters, but in the case of this video, we can change class. And not only can we change class, we can actually change the ability scores. So if you find that, I don't know, you don't like the way the ability scores are set up on a particular character. So for example, in the case of Shadowheart here, let's say I even want to keep her as a cleric, and maybe I don't like having a 17 and I want to have a 16 instead in something like Constitution or Dexterity or something like this. We can just reassign the points as we see fit. I hope that helps you out, and I'll see you all in the next video.